Well, good morning everybody. It's a rainy day here in Idaho, and I've had a lot of requests and for a little more information from my hobble video. Had a few folks asking some details on it. They wanted to know some sizing and whatnot. This morning what we're going to do is we're going to cover ice hobbles. I'm going to show you the size that I make for my mules that I'm comfortable with, and I'll go over a couple of details on it. In addition to showing you measurements, I'll show you a couple of tricks that I used when I built these. So stay tuned and we'll zoom up here so you can see the measurements and I'll explain it. All right, the overall hobble itself is 30 inches long. From this edge to this edge, it's 30. Now in there, we're going to weld a ring on a link on each side, and we have our bars on the ends, and you can probably tell there's a bigger link that they are twisted into that I welded into this chain. So I'll zoom up on those and show you that. All right. So the length between my bar and my welded on ring is 11.5 inches. Like I said, that works for me, for my mules. If you have a horse or a mule that has giant feet, you know, the big warm bloods, the Percherons or Clydesdales, those crosses, they have huge feet. You might need to lengthen this out a little bit. For me, for my horse and my mules, 11.5 inches is perfect. So what I do is I take this ring and I will cut it with a cutoff saw, and then I twist it open and put it through the link, then twist it shut, and you can see it's welded right there. Right here, I have a larger link that I start with my 1/4 inch cold rolled steel that I put it through there. All right, so on my bars here, you'll see that I have a bigger link that I start with, and I will cut that link and I'll twist it apart to be able to weld it in here. But what I do is I start with about a 9 or a 10 inch piece of 1/4 inch cold rolled steel, and it will be straight. And I will put it through my link, and then I have a couple of tubes that just barely fits in. Okay, so you can imagine I've started out with a straight, let's see, put it on the other end. This would be a straight piece, and then I'll take a torch and I'll heat this up in the center so that it's red cherry hot. And then with these two pieces, I'll just bend it around to make that bend right there. And then I'll take a welder and I'll spot weld it so that it's held. I'll split my link, hook it into the smaller link, twist it back, and then hit it with a weld. But anyway, these will indefinitely be a little bit longer than you need. Those finish at about 2 inches. So I want a 2 inch piece on each side, so it's roughly about 2 overall length is going to be 4 3/4 by the time you add that center in. But that gives me enough to be able to put it through that link that I've welded in there, and there it is, held in place just like that. So hopefully that answers any of those questions out there. I don't have the chain size, but you can see they're pretty small links. I mean, that overall link is not quite 1 inch compared to this much bigger, heavier link. It's going to be 1.25 inches and a heavier steel, but these links here are sufficient to hold what I need done. So hopefully that answers your questions on how I built these. If you got any questions, give me a holler. I can certainly answer them, but I think that answers most of the inquiries that I've had. So hope everything's going good for you today. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Hope you're having a great day. You know, subscribe if you haven't, like if you do, and hit that bell for notifications, but I sure appreciate you watching.